Yo, people. Okay, so yeah, today I just want to talk about this British rapper called Zuby. Now, I never even heard of this guy. Now, I'm not claiming to be in the hip hop scene like I used to be, but I'm still pretty much aware of who's who and who's who in the UK, especially being a UK rapper. I've been part of that scene for years, and even though I'm not fully integrated into that scene anymore, it's like I still keep an eye on it. Never fucking heard of this Zuby guy. So he started popping up on a few feeds. I see him around, like, who's this guy? But he's rapping in an American accent. This is the first thing I want to say, right? So I'm like, I thought, like, I don't know, he was like a foreign guy. And I'm like, he's rapping in American, but he's saying he's British. But he's rapping in an American accent. So this is a bit weird, because if you're a fucking British rapper, that shit went out in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. People stopped rapping in American accent. Like, and you know, you were literally destroyed. Back in the day, if you was a UK rapper with an American accent, you were destroyed. You didn't last a minute. You literally were destroyed. Apart from the early ones that were building their way, that were the pioneers and were allowed to sort of were given a pass because they were pioneers. After that, at a certain period, which was basically, I'd say about 91, after 91, you weren't rapping in an American accent without getting destroyed if you was a British rapper. It was hardcore British. We were finding our identity, which, by the way, paved the way for all of these other British MCs of all kinds. And I'll also say the drum and bass MCs, the jungle MCs and the drum and bass MCs were a big influence of that whole style amalgamating for the UK MC. So it wasn't just UK hip hop, the drum and bass. But as a British hip hop artist, the finding our identity, because it was an American music and we was doing American music, trying to find our identity, it was very, very important to have a UK style and a UK accent. So anyone with American accent got destroyed. So this is Zuby, guys, coming out in 2000. I think he started making music in like about 10 years or so ago, but like he's become big in the last few years, and he's got an American accent. I mean, that's just like he's plastic. That's straight away, that's plastic. I can see the guy's plastic. He ain't fucking real, because nobody that understands the culture comes out rapping in an American accent. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit weird. Now, I looked at where he's from. He's from the UK, but I think he moved to Saudi Arabia or something. He went to Oxford University. Where the fuck has this American accent come from? He ain't lived in America, so where's the American accent come from? Listening to American hip hop? Copying American? The fuck is that about? So straight away I know this guy ain't real. He ain't street, he ain't real. So, like, you know, because he's been claimed as this conspiracy rapper, and he's been promoted out there as this conspiracy rapper. Like, it's all a bit weird, because where has he come from and who is he? Like, I don't really know like much about him. So then you start looking into what he's doing. I look on his Instagram page. Now, the first thing I see, like, that strikes me as someone who understands the esoteric stuff, is there's purple everywhere. Purple is his colour. Now, purple is the colour of Saturn, as I've mentioned before. This is why the Queen wears purple. This is why Prince sung Purple Rain. This is why Jimi Hendrix sung Purple Haze, because they are part of the music industry, and this is the purple thing. So as soon as someone's promoting purple like he is, this ringing bells. It's ringing bells. But, you know, purple, it isn't necessary, you know, it is the colour of Saturn, and they use that to promote that, but that isn't necessarily the case. So let's just let that one slide. So you look into what he's been up to, because like I literally never heard of this guy, and like he's been everywhere in America. Now the whole UK thing is like the Americans don't fucking give a shit about the UK rappers, apart from some of the US groups that promote like UK's on their tour and whatever. This has always been the case. America doesn't really like UK hip hop, and that's always been the case, and we've always been like whatever with that. No one really gives a shit. I have noticed that on YouTube there's some guys into the underground UK scene in America, and that's really cool. So it'll sort of start building from that. But in general, they never listen to UK hip hop. So this guy, being quoted as a British rapper, sounding American, has been on Tucker Carlson on Fox News. He's been on Candace Owens. He's been with Joe Rogan and Neil deGrasse Tyson. Now, all of these people are the system. All of these people are the system. You do not get to appear on any of these people's shows without being in the system and having connections with this system. Now, this guy is supposedly an independent artist, yeah? This is some serious connections this guy's got. He's being promoted as this British rapper, like, that no one in Britain really gives a shit about or even knows about in the UK scene. And suddenly he's been promoted in America. And he's got 162,000 odd followers on Instagram. And he was on Twitter and he got banned off Twitter for this supposed stuff that he said called "Okay Dude" about some transgender thing. So he's been pulled into the whole transgender argument. He did something that went viral. Like, he's been promoted at this new conservative right-wing thing. He's even compared himself to Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson's talked about him as well. So he's been promoted into this sort of conservative right-wing thing. And so you can see what they're doing with this guy, and they're bringing it from the UK. So, like, this guy, like, how is he not taken off Instagram? How is he not taken... When he was taken off Twitter but put back on, but to me that was a publicity stunt. Bearing in mind, I was taken off Twitter with 33 followers for spitting truth. This guy talks about supposed conspiracy stuff, and I've seen a couple of people calling him out, like, how is he still on Twitter? How is this guy still supposedly talking about all this conspiracy stuff, but he doesn't talk about certain things? Never heard him mention the... thingy-mabob, don't talk about that. So, like, he's obviously been told he can say certain things and whatever, but he's supposedly, you know, this conspiracy theorist rapper. Like I said, I get taken down with 33, loads of people get taken down off YouTube or whatever else, and it's like, and one thing I've been saying, like, I just noticed lately that YouTube have been, like, reducing my plays on my two tunes that basically are to awaken to what's going on. They've been reducing the plays on that. So, like, this is what they do. They reduce your numbers, they reduce your subscribers, they reduce your plays, they keep you down. They know who I am, and they keep me from raising up, like, within their system. Do you know what I mean? So I understand that YouTube is only so good for me. Like, but this guy is everywhere. He's in America, and he's supposedly a conspiracy theorist. So we know this guy has controlled opposition. He says he's a Christian, like, but, you know, I think he's a little bit deluded, like, with what he's trying to achieve here, caught up in the fame and the need for fame and supposed success, because, you know, people claim success is a certain thing, but, you know, what is success is keeping it real to yourself and following the true self and the voice within. That is success, not a financial and fame success, as this matrix system promotes. So, like, keeping it real, you know what I mean, which this guy is not keeping it real. So, like, yeah, I just wanted to make this video. Like, this guy's 100% to me 100% controlled opposition. They're building him up for this major sort of player. It's similar sort of thing as a Russell Brand, you know, like, that sort of kind of character. The signs are there for me, with the purple, with all the people he's connected with. You know, like, you know, he says some good stuff, but that's the whole point of controlled opposition. They say loads of things that they want, and then they shepherd you a certain way, and they control the movement with these people. So I just wanted to make this video about this guy. And Zuby, yeah, shit rapper as well. Peace.